I'm Bob from Bob's Workshop. The topic for today's video is downsizing collections. I think this will make me a happier person in the long run. I'm trying to get rid of some of my Lionel trains and some of my 1/43rd scale diecast models. So this summer I've been getting rid of things on eBay. They take a sizable cut, but it's probably still better than selling my entire collection to trains.com after I'm gone. So here are some of the things that I sold off during the summer of 2025. I hope you like this video. When you find a working Lionel locomotive with most of its original parts intact for $5 at a train show, you're going to buy it, right? I did, even though it has a DC motor. I would have paid $5 for just the shell. But it does work, and it was pretty fun for a while. I already have two of these, both in black, one in its original box and one that I customized. Both have AC motors and reversing units. So, do I really need one in red? I do not. So I listed it on eBay and it sold for $19.69. After eBay's cut, I made $14.81. That's pretty good. At a different train show, a guy was selling freight cars at $3 for $20, and even though the flat car is missing the part to hold the trailer, I still thought this was a pretty good deal. But I have enough projects, so it went to eBay, and after their cut, I just about broke even. Again, not too bad. There was a time when I was finding pretty good deals at trains.com. There's usually a $10 off code if your order is over $50, so I'd look for cheap freight cars until I reached that threshold. This Caboose was about $8. I was going to repaint it, but after a while I realized that it's perfect just the way it is. So it went on eBay. It's over 40 years old and it's almost mint, so I couldn't repaint it. And after eBay's fees, I almost broke even. I was just a kid in 1976, but I still remember that America's Bicentennial was extremely cool. This Caboose was part of a set that came with a GP9 locomotive. Somewhere in its life, it was placed into a box meant for a different Caboose. But after 50 years, this one was still almost like new. And the best part was that I only paid $10 for it. But as nice as it is, I don't really need it. At the end of the auction, I was able to collect $18 on my $10 investment. The Rico Station kit from Lionel. I would guess that at one time this was one of the most common buildings on layouts across America. If you don't count Plasticville kits, which are much more toy-like anyway with their proportions, now it seems that Menards has taken over with their pre-assembled structures, but this remains a very solid model with true 1/48th scale proportions. Even though the box has been opened, the plastic parts are all still attached to their sprues, and the majority are still sealed in their plastic bags. This was going to be the second time I built this model, but do I really need to? I paid $20 for this at a train show, so this was a pretty decent return. Until you see eBay's cut. Still, it's a profit. Here's another building from Lionel. It's also plastic, and the parts inside are also still sealed. The movie Tommy Boy has made me a sucker for red brick factories. I was thinking about turning this one into the loading docks for Callahan Auto Parts. I don't really have room for it on my layout though, and I have more than enough unfinished projects. So $10 at a train show turned into 25 with the help of eBay. Like you, I have many boxes of trains and die-cast cars or trucks, but I don't really keep them very well organized. So I was surprised after a little bit of an inventory to find that I had 3 of these. I had 2 just like this one, and a third which had a separate antenna on the rear fender. I'll look at that one as a rare variation, but since I have 2 just like this, I'll get rid of this one. When I bought this, I think it was close to $30, so I didn't even break even. But I still am getting rid of stuff. A few years ago, I became aware of World War II vehicles being made in 1/43rd scale. And what followed can kindly be described as a spending spree. I was going to use this French truck as if it had been captured and put into service of the German Wehrmacht. Never did it, don't need it, sold it on eBay, and lost at least $10 on the whole deal. It turns out that this armored car in this color scheme is kind of rare. The same model can still be found with a tan and olive camo pattern, but one in Panzer Gray is much more difficult to locate. Panzer Gray is my favorite shade for German tanks and trucks, but after its delivery, this color always seemed to be too dark. It's almost black, so I never opened it. It's been hiding in a box for a while, so why keep it? I ordered this from a company in Spain, so with the purchase price plus my shipping cost from Europe, I didn't break even. So eBay does take a fair amount out of each sale. But I still think I'm doing better on my own, selling these things individually. I'm doing better this way than I would at a train show or having the entire collection sold off by my family after I'm gone. I really don't want to put them through that. So I'm going to keep a lot of stuff, but there are many things that don't mean much to me at all, and I'm going to continue to get rid of those. It should make my life easier, and definitely should make my family's life easier down the road. My goal for now, and the foreseeable future, is to get rid of more than I bring in. I think I can do that. So wish me luck, and until next time, this has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.